Think like this and watch magic happen. There are moments in everyone's life when things line up effortlessly. The right idea arrives at the right time. The right person appears in front of you. Opportunities seem to find you rather than you finding them. Most people call this luck. But what if it isn't luck at all? What if there's something bigger behind the scenes? What if there's a deeper operating system behind reality? And very few people are taught how to access it. But today, in the next 10 minutes, I want to show you how to think differently. Because when you do, life begins to respond differently. And this isn't some positive thinking. This isn't blind optimism. This is about understanding how reality actually works. So today I'm going to break this into 3 core ideas. The first one is how reality behaves at a quantum level. The second point I'm going to cover is how your mind interacts with that reality. And the third point I want to cover is why synchronicity shows up when the two are aligned. And when you begin to understand this, the magic stops being mysterious and starts becoming repeatable. Okay, so in the first topic, reality is not solid. We grow up believing that the world is fixed, everything is solid, that life is happening to us. But at the deepest level of reality, the quantum level, that simply isn't true. At the smallest building blocks of the universe, nothing exists as a solid thing. Everything exists as potential. Waves of energy, information, probability. Reality does not collapse into form until it is actually observed. So until something is measured, it exists in many possible states at once. And this means that the universe is not a rigid machine. It's a responsive field. Now here's where most people get confused. This doesn't mean your thoughts magically control the universe or everything out there. It means conscious observation plays a role in bringing potential into experience. So your attention matters. Your thoughts and perception matters. Your interpretation and energy matters. And most people are unconsciously observing life through fear, through self-doubt, past conditioning, or old emotional patterns, and are surprised when reality reflects that back. So the first shift, the first way to think like this is understanding that you are not inside the universe. You are participating in it. This leads me on to point number 2, mind power. You are the signal. If reality is a field of potential, then your mind is not just a thinker. Your mind is a broadcasting and receiving station. Receiving system, your thoughts, your emotions and beliefs form a coherent signal or an incoherent one. But here's the part that most people miss. It's not what that you want that matters the most. It's what you habitually expect, what you feel and what you identify as normal. Your nervous system is constantly scanning, what's familiar to me? What makes sense for someone like me? What do I believe is possible? And this creates what we can call your baseline frequency. And when your thoughts and emotions are aligned, when your mind and body agree, you send out a clear signal. And that signal doesn't force reality. It filters perception, influences decisions, and shapes your behavior. You notice that you start attracting more opportunities into your life. You respond differently to challenges. You take actions that feel natural instead of forced. And this is why effort alone doesn't work long term. Trying to force outcomes while internally expecting failure creates resistance. But when your thinking shifts from why isn't it working to how would this look if it were already unfolding? Or how would this be if I started thinking and behaving differently? And when this happens, you stop fighting life and life starts cooperating. This leads me on to point number 3, which is synchronicity. Now let's talk about synchronicity, that thing that people call magic. Synchronicity is not just random coincidence. It's what happens when your internal state, your perception, your thoughts and your feelings, your actions, they all become aligned. And when that alignment is present, you start experiencing serendipitous moments, repeated patterns, unexpected solutions that pop up out of nowhere, and the right people start entering your life and becoming attracted to you. Or even deja vu as well. Not because the universe picked favorites, but because you are finally in tune with the field that you're in. Think of it like this. Life is always a broadcasting station. It's always broadcasting information to you. But most people don't hear it because, they're too busy, they're too rushed, reactive, stuck in old stories, emotionally noisy. But when you slow down and shift how you think, you notice signals that you used to miss. You follow your intuition that you used to ignore, and you recognize openings instead of obstacles. And this is why meditation is so important. and it's popular because it quietens the mind and you become in tune with the universal mind where everything exists. So synchronicity is simply feedback to what you're thinking. It's reality saying you're aligned. Keep going this way. And the more you trust it, not blindly, but consciously, the more consistently and frequently things begin to happen for you. Here's the way to think that changes everything. Reality is not fixed, it's responsive. So remember that, synchronicity is not magic, it's alignment. You don't need to control life. You don't need to chase outcomes. You don't need to force clarity. You need to adjust the signal you're sending out. You do this through awareness, expectation, and emotional coherence. And when you think like this, life doesn't become perfect. It becomes intelligent, more supportive, and surprisingly cooperative. And that's when people say, it was weird. Everything just seemed to work out for me. Well, that's not magic. That's mastery. So start mastering your mind today. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as it helps me out a ton. If you know someone who would benefit from watching this, please share it. And also please join my free school community. It will be going up in price soon. So just click on the link below, become one of my founding members. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you in the next video.